Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today is November 24th, 2025, and please excuse the different setup. I am back home for Thanksgiving break, and the quality may be worse. Actually, I think it will be worse. So please bear with me, but as you can see, today I took a short setup, trying to catch some continuation shorts out of the unfilled 4 hour, and took a pretty fat loss. I lost around $830. I will probably bring up a screenshot if I don't. It's posted on my Instagram. Yeah, pretty big loss. I did over risk. I put in 6 contracts, and I usually risk around 4 to 5. But full transparency, I am down to 49.9 on my funded account off of this loss. But let's get into the reasonings why I took this trade and then the eventual play that happened. So if you go to the higher time frame, we are bearish still. We just took out a prevalent low, which was this range low right here. And in my mind, I was thinking, okay, we just took out this low. Fed rates in December aren't fully promised yet. We have a lot of bearish news coming out. Basically news that wasn't released in October because of the government shutdown. And I was coming into this day very bearish because on top of that, we have this unfilled 4 hour gap / this unfilled hourly gap. That, is bearish. Like in my mind, I was thinking we're going to tap this and then continue lower. And as you can see, we did the opposite. We actually ripped about 600 points. So yeah, pre-market, I came into the day bearish, as you guys know, because I saw us completely sweep NWOG on ES. If I can, dude, I hate when it why? Where are we at, dude? Okay, oh my God, we completely sweep NWOG on ES right here, and we create London lows, but we actually have an SMT at London lows as well. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to be either looking for a bullish long to this 15-minute intermediate high or this hourly gap right here. And then afterwards, I am going to be looking for continuation shorts to that London low or this unfilled hourly, which was resting lower. That was created pre-market. So we go down to the lower time frame, all the way down to the 1 minute. Oh my goodness, why? Stop it. We go all the way down to the 1 minute, market opens, and we immediately rip up, taking out that 15-minute high, taking out that hourly gap as well, and we go all the way almost to this 4 hour unfilled gap equilibrium. And as soon as we almost hit that gap, we immediately reverse, and I wanted to see a retracement into a gap such as a such as a 2-minute gap, and then I want to see a flip out of that gap. So what happened was, this is the most simplest continuation displacement short setup that I could have seen to this unfilled 4-minute, which is where my break-even point was, and then this unfilled hourly. We tap into this 2-minute gap. We get a kind of mid flip out of it. But we do have 2 displacement candles lower after tapping that 2-minute gap. I enter off that second candle having stops above here. It's already a 70-point stop loss, which is pretty crazy, and I didn't want to risk 100-point stop loss. Like, that was a bit much for my liking. But yeah, I think I actually had it lower on the body candle, so like a 60-point stop is already a lot. Targeting again this unfilled 4-minute, which was at the break-even point, and then the unfilled hourly, which was lower. Honestly, because of the setup that I'm working on right now, which is this laptop, I was rarely checking up on ES, and I did not notice that ES was much, much lower and much more aggressive on the flip of the displacement candles off of that first sweep of the hourly gap. We displaced a lot lower, and we were a lot closer to the hourly than I thought we were, and we we tapped that hourly almost immediately on ES. It's so my trade entry 3 minutes later stops me out, creates equal highs with this. I'm gonna guess this 5 minute high, and then we flip lower on NQ, tap that unfilled 4 minute, which was my break even point, and then on ES we tapped that hourly, and then we had some great bullish momentum out of that. So if I had my stops at this high, I maybe would have been saved from a $800 loss because I would have been hit at break even, and then I would have immediately gotten break even instead of losing, immediately losing $800 after tapping this high and then creating equal highs. Regardless, there are some things that I could have done better in this trade for sure, which was, first of all, I risked way too much. I am going to limit myself now to 5 contracts because I was very bullish on this trade because I wanted to see continuation shorts. The second thing that I can do better, which is to look at ES more. I'm going to have to get used to the setup that I'm at now, which is this laptop, so it's going to be kind of difficult to actually look at a smaller screen compared to my monitor. But besides that, this trade, honestly, if I were to see it again, I would have taken it 10 out of 10 times. It was a very good continuation short because I really didn't want to see longs today. We were in a 4-hour and 1-hour bearish gap. We swept those gaps. We had then multiple displacement candles lower. It honestly was a good continuation short play, except for the fact that we then continued to rip for 600 plus points. And I think the reasoning for this is because there was news or some type of release that said that the December rates are going to be more likely to be cut 0.25 points. People are being bullish on the rates being cut. I honestly don't think they will. The government has too little data to really make any solid decisions right now. And last Friday, the market dumped 1,000 points off of the thought that, rate cuts weren't going to happen. So maybe this is just a rally to, make the equilibrium of the entire range happen, and then maybe we're going to continue lower. We have PPI news coming out tomorrow. We have unemployment claims coming out on Thursday or Friday, I think, or maybe even Wednesday. I don't know for sure, but I think we definitely have PPI news coming out tomorrow, and then we might have unemployment claims on Wednesday or Friday coming out. But those news events are probably going to be bearish because during the government shutdown, those were not released in October. So I'm going to wait for those to see what happens. But again, solid trade on my end. Just really need to focus on looking at the other pair, which is ES. And again, I'm not really mad at this loss. It is a pretty large loss. $800 on a 2K buffer is pretty egregious, even for my liking. But again, I like the trade. I would have taken it again. Maybe, de-risked and had a larger stop loss. But anyway, that's the trade that I took today. I took a L. I love and appreciate you guys. And if you want more trade recaps, post it in the comments. I have a free Discord if you want to go down and check that out as well. But again, I love and appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys don't roast me for the setup that I have. It's the best that I could do. But besides that, I love and appreciate you guys. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.